In this video, we're going to see a cheap solution to create our business email accounts for our website. Hi, my name is Stratos and I'm constantly producing video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like that. So, if you have a website, you want to create an email that will have the website domain after the @ So for me, it will be info@stratostutorials.com. This is a more professional email. You don't want to have email in your website that looks like a Gmail or Yahoo or anything else. You want to create your own email from your website. So in order to do that, if you are hosting your website in a cloud program, Cloudways, Linode, DigitalOcean, and everything that Cloudways will give. In most case scenario, you will not have free email. So if we go to pricing here, we will see that you can choose from DigitalOcean, Linode, Volter, AWS, and Google Cloud, and none of those inside the Cloudways, or if you go separate at those companies, will not give you an email for free. You will have to buy their services. If you go to Cloudways and you will see in features, you can go at the bottom and you will see now that they offer rank space email add-on, and every email, every single account will cost you $1 every month, and this is for every email. If you go to another company, you can go to Zoho, which will cost you pretty much €1 every single month, and it will be for 5 gigabytes per user. If you go to Office 365, you will pay $4 for every month for each user. And if you go to G Suite, which will basically, it's a Gmail that will host your domain name and create business emails with your domain name, it will cost you $6 for every month for every user. Now, if you compare all of those to MXRoute, we will see that the pricing is pretty cheap. If you go to pricing, you will see that $40 a year will give you unlimited domains and unlimited accounts. Now, the thing that you must be careful about is that 20 gigs of storage, so it limits down to the storage that you have to every single account. But if it's for one website only and you want to create 3 emails for a website, MXRoute is cheaper for the whole year. And if you go to Medium, it's $50 a year and they will give you 25 gigabytes of storage. This is a very good program, very good plan for agencies. They can go to $60 a year, which is pretty cheap, and they can have unlimited domains and unlimited email accounts and 50 gigabytes of storage. So in this video, we're going to see how we can add our domain inside the MXRoute, create our emails, and create everything that we have to do for the emails to get working. And after that, you can give the email credentials to your clients if you're an agency, or keep it to yourself if it's for your professional, for your own website. So let's get started. Once you buy their product, you choose what package you want and you buy the product, you will receive an email with instructions, and it will look like this. Of course, for obvious reasons, I have copied the email, I have pasted in a notepad, and I have replaced the password. So after you have logged in, you will get, you can log in to the cPanel, to your control panel with this. Obviously, this is my URL, but you will have your own. And once you're in, you can go to login to direct admin. And this is where you're going to start creating your email accounts and everything else that needs to be done. Now, first, we need to go and add our domain. The first thing that we want to do is add our first domain. So we're going to Account Manager, we're going to Domain Setup, and this is where we're having all our domains, and we're going to click Add New. Here, copy and paste our domain or type it down. And since this already exists, it says that already exists. So I delete it, and let's go and paste it again. And as you can see now, I don't have any problem. I will not change any of these settings, the usage, the bandwidth, or anything else, and I just here going to click create. Okay, now my domain is added in the list. Next thing is go and create our email accounts. So let's go to Email Manager, Email Accounts. We're going to select here the domain that we want to create the accounts for, and then we're going to click Create Account. Now this is the default which will grab for our account, for our account name. It will always be here no matter how many domains you will create. You will always have this default here. Don't worry about it. This is how the cPanel works. It will create automatically this, but you will not pay any attention to that. You cannot delete it. It's something that needs to be created automatically. So create account here, and let's go for the username. And of course I have here the @ and the domain name, so I'm going for an info because I do want the info here. Here for password I have to create something to be secured. So let's paste here the password that I want, and here you have the email quota. That will mean how many megabytes you want this account to have for space and to host the emails. Now you don't want to go 50 megabytes. I think it's very little, but you don't want to go more than what you have into your package. So usually I put here around 500 megabytes. Now I will explain a little bit later about the quota and how you can delete the emails from here, but you have to give a bit of a bigger number than just 500 if you can. Okay, if you cannot, just leave it 500. 50 is little, very little. The send limit, I will not change anything about that, but if you want to see, it's the how many emails it will send in every hour. And let's hit create account. Now this is the username, the password I have created. Obviously I will blank this out, blur this out. And this is the POP IMAP server, and this is the MTP server. Now these both servers are not working at this moment, but I will soon create those. And you can copy all of those and paste it to the email that you will send to your client, or just copy and keep it yourself. I'm going to close it, and now you can create as many accounts as you want just by clicking here that says create account, and create the next one and the next one, and be sure to create all the accounts that you want. The third step is to create the DKIM keys. These keys are for the authentication of the email that you send. So every email needs to have some keys to authenticate that it's from the email sender that it says to be. So if I'm sending from info@stratostutorials.com, the email will have some credentials and some authentications, so the receiver will know that it's a trusty email and it comes from me. If you don't do that step, maybe your emails will end up to the trash or spam or anything else, or the receiver will not accept your email. So please do that step. So let's go to Account Manager, and we're going to DKIM keys. And here we will see that we need two keys. This is the two TXT keys that we have here. In order to create our DKIM keys, we'll need to access our domain DNS rules. In my case, I host the domain name to Cloudflare, and I have created the A records that point to my IP. This is the IP of the Cloudways server, and this is how the website is working. But I have to create also the email records. So we're going to add a new record. We're going for a TXT here, TXT, and here we're going to paste the @ for the name. @ means the domain as it is. And then we're going back and we're going to copy the first. Copy, and then go back and here paste. Now I do know that Cloudflare doesn't want the quotas, so I'm going to delete that. In most cases, you will not need the quotas, but you have to check with your domain management system if it needs the quotas or not. So I'm going to hit save here. And then I'm going to add a new record, which is txt also. This is at again, and we're going to copy this. And it's not at again, as I can see, it's X domain. Okay, so, sorry. Let's go to paste here the content. So I'm going to delete the quotas, and again, the quotas here. And for the name, as you can see here, it has a different name as it was this. And here I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it as a name here. And I'm going to save it right now. So these rules are both saved. The fourth step is to add our MX records. So let's go to the email that we have received. And here we can see the MX records. Here is the MX records. Okay, DNS MX records. And as I can see, I have the arrow mxrouting.net with a priority of 10. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to add the record. I'm going to select here MX record, MX, and here for the mail server, I'm going to paste the arrow MXRoute. Here I need an @ for route, and the priority is 10. Let's save that. And let's go again and copy the second MXRoute, okay, with the priority of 20, as you can see here. Let's add this record. Let's go and add the MX here. Let's paste @ here and paste the mail server, priority 20, and save. Okay, the MX records are now saved. Next step is to create our custom webmail and POP and SMTP domain names. So we're going back to our email and we're going to see the IMAP server and the SMTP server. I'm going to copy that. They are both the same, and of course it will be different for you guys. They're not the same. I think there will not be the same for you. So let's go back to the Cloudflare and I'm going to add a record. And here I'm going to select the CNAME. Here I'm going to put the mail first. And then I'm going to target the arrow mxrouting.net. I'm going to hit save. So I create a mail. Where was it? mail.oiktaxis.gr. And I'm going to also add a record here with the CNAME again. CNAME. And here I'm going to put webmail for this time. And then target again the arrow mxrouting.net. And I'm going to hit save again. So now we have created the webmail and the mail domain names. Let's go now to create the SSL for both of those, because if we don't have the SSL for the mail, the Outlook, if you're going to run Outlook or your client going to run an Outlook or something else to get his emails, he will receive an SSL notification. So we have to create some SSL for those two subdomains. We're going back to our account in MXRoute and I'm going to click SSL certificates. Be sure that you have selected the right domain here. And let's go to free and automatic certificate. Let's encrypt. And now we're going to deselect if it's selected the oiktaxis.gr, and I'm going to select the mail and the webmail. So mail is selected and webmail is selected also. You will have to uncheck the root domain because it already has an SSL from Cloudflare. And let's select here something else, something different than the certificate. No, this one. Because sometimes it will give me errors in this certificate. So I'm going for 4096-bit. And I'm going to hit save. If you do want a wildcard, this is where you do it. Okay. So let's hit save. And we're going to receive a successful notification that the SSL is successfully created. So let's see. As you can see, the bar here is loading. Okay, it will take about 30 seconds, I think, so I don't want to pause the video, and the certificate and key are saved, and as you can see, it has been created. So I'm going to close that. You don't have to hit any save again or anything else. You have successfully created the SSL for the mail and the webmail. And now let's go to our next step and see if the webmail is working. So let's go to add a new tab. We're going to paste this. This is the webmail oiktaxis.gr that we have created in this CNAME record. And let's go and hit enter. And this should be forward. Yeah, it's forwarding to basically to arrow.mxrouting.net. If you have any problems and this is not working, basically the forwarding is not working correctly. So you should contact Cloudflare or any other program that you host your domain records to see why it's not redirecting you to the correct server. So basically now I can hit add the email, which will be the whole email, info@oiktaxis.gr, and then after that I can paste the password here. I think this is the correct password. Let's go and log in and let's see. No, I put the wrong password here, so let's go and reset the password just to be sure. Let's go to email manager, email accounts. Okay, so let's go to info. Let's click here the plus icon, change password, username. And here for password, I'm going to paste what I have here. Okay, this is the new password. Okay, now let's go back again and password and login. And now I'm inside my webmail. Now, whenever you add here webmail, this is for the webmail service. You cannot add anything that you want. You have to add webmail. This is how the emails are working. And for the email to work for the Outlook, you have to go and add mail dot and the domain name that you have. You cannot add anything that you want. So here you can see the inbox, the draft, the sent, the trash, and everything else. And of course here you can go and delete the emails that you don't want, so the mailbox will not go over your quota. Now, next thing that we want to do is we want to see how we can create aliases and forwarders. Forwarders mean that if you're running an agency and you want your customers to receive their emails into a Gmail account or Yahoo or anything else, you have to create a forwarder here. So I'm going to click create email forwarder, and now the new forwarder name, this is the info@oiktaxis, and the destination is the email, and here you can go and type the Gmail or Yahoo or whatever email that you want. Now be sure that you inform them that they have to go in some cases into the web domain, into the webmail, and delete the emails from here, because this will soon fill up and you will not going to receive any emails if the quota is over the limit. So if you're adding forwarders, be sure to inform them that they have to go and delete the emails. Also here we have autoresponders, we have vacation messages, so they will receive an auto message that they will tell them that our company is closed for I don't know how many days. We have spam filters, and in advanced we have catch all emails, so everything that they send that they has at stratostutorials.com, and it may be info, it may be service, it may be anything else, it will all go into the email that I have selected. Also, you can security questions, you can have two-step authentication, you can have domain pointers here. And domain pointers means that you can have other domains or subdomains and forward the emails to your account. So you can create a domain pointer, you can have your source domain here, and the target domain will be the one that you have selected here. So here you can select whatever domain you want to be redirected. Let's close that. And let's go back to our emails, and here we have the IMAP ports, SMTP and POP3. So these are the settings that the client need, or you will need, to create an account into Outlook, Microsoft Outlook or Mozilla Thunderbird or any other program that you may use. If you go for POP3, that means that all the emails will be downloaded to your computer and it will be deleted from the server. Now be sure to check to be deleted from the server. Do not leave the emails forever in the server because the quota will be up to the limit. If you're going to use the IMAP port, this will mean that it will not download the emails. It will just sync the emails with the client program that you will have. So I think this is not ideal if you have a little space for quota. Be sure to check the POP3 and be sure to check that it will be deleted after some days or something. So this is all that I have to go for MXRoute. I'm using it for about a year now. I'm pretty happy with that. I have never contacted the support. I have never contacted anyone, but I know that they have a forum that there are other users that are going to answer any questions that you may have. Again, I haven't used it. This is not something that I'm putting in the description as an affiliate link. It's just something that I wanted to create a tutorial because I haven't found any tutorials in YouTube, a full tutorial, and I think it's a pretty good service. So that's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.